Do you like your watercolor birds to feel more realistic without having to paint every feather? In this video, I will show you how to, by focus on where the detail matters and the surrounding areas like the eye, you can paint realistic birds with less effort and more impact. So let's paint. Hi friends, welcome back to the studio. I'm Beatriz, and today we're gonna be painting a little hummingbird. And I will walk you through step by step how to, by concentrating the details in the area that matters, like in this case the eyes, we can achieve realism without having to put in every detail. This will give more energy and more vibrancy to your work. So if you want to paint alone or if you just want to watch, let's get ready and let's get started. And there you have it. I hope that you enjoy painting this little hummingbird with me. In today's video, I hope that it helped you to see how a little bit of intentional detail can actually bring the whole painting to life, making feel it realistic without actually overworking it. If you like what you see, please subscribe, and please, I hope that you join me for my next video. As always, I thank you for being here. For today painting, we're making a hummingbird, but it's going to be in the very loose style, meaning we are just dropping colors and giving the impressions of our bird. And this is this color is sap green. I'm watering it down, water. And then for here, we're getting a little bit of a permanent rose. Again, we're gonna water down, water. Oops, picking too much water, going the opposite direction. And this type of hummingbirds usually get it all the red more on the neck, so that's the reason why I'm making that so watered down. And now I'm gonna bring a little bit of, that was permanent rose, now this is red. And again, just blend. And water it down. I'm gonna wait for these two to dry, and I don't want hard edges. So let's just put more water here, let it dry, and then we'll come back. And now we're gonna get a mix of our Naples Yellow, very diluted with water, and we're gonna put it on where it will be the wings. But again, I wanna go with water and make everything soft edges. We're gonna need a little bit of roundness on the belly as well. So we will go with a little bit of the same mix, and we will put it on the belly, closer to the outside. Again, no hard edges, so I will go first with the paint and then with the water. And now, picking up grays that they were made with French Ultramarine and Sienna, we put in a little bit on what it will be the tail and the underbelly. Bring in a little bit of the pink, just reflections on there, because all his white feathers will not be pure white, so we're bringing very, very pale versions of the colors that are in the bird till now. Now we're gonna go with a mix of the grays, slightly darker, just to mark the ends of the tail. And now we're getting ready to do the branch where the bird is staying. I go with black and I put it on one edge of my branch. Then I go with water and dilute it. That gives me roundness without having to do much else. Makes it look very natural. It is a black that tends a little bit more onto the brown because branches are brown. I will also go with a little bit of French ultramarine in the top in a minute. And here I'm putting my blues. Here is where we want to concentrate most of our detail in the beak and eye area. Here I'm using a black, and I'm gonna be careful trying to leave a little bit of white around the eye. By adding all my blacks, now all the colors around them are looking more pale. So I'm gonna go and apply the same sap green, this time with more color on it, and darken a little bit of the head. That will also give me more of the roundness. Water to soften edges. And we bring a little bit of that green on the belly as well. Now we bring in the same black for the little legs of this our friend, and we blend onto the belly one more time. And with the same color, we darken the tail. It is important that I dilute it so that I go with soft edges as I get higher. Since the focal point on this painting is around the eye, beak, and neck area, I'm going back to redefine this, making the beak thicker with my black paint. And also I'm gonna work on the eye, try to give it more definition by making it round and allowing a little bit of a highlight to show. And now we're gonna straighten the colors of the neck. That is my cadmium red again, and I am just bringing it strong, doing a lot of dilution with the water and defining where the colors will end before the body will start. Here I'm just straining a little bit of the colors on the body. When we add stronger colors, everything else around it looks lighter than when it was painted. So basically I'm dropping a little bit of the color with a lot of water on the body. And this painting is almost done. The last thing left to do is add a couple small details on the tail, since we had them more on the head. And then we will go back to finish the eye. I need a stronger highlight, so I'm going with a tiny little bit of white watercolor, liquid watercolor, and putting it right around the eye. And a couple of darks on the branch, making it look a little more realistic. And our painting is done. Couple details and strategic points, and the whole painting looks realistic. And there you have it. I hope that you enjoy painting this little hummingbird with me. In today's video, I hope that it helped you to see how a little bit of intentional detail can actually bring the whole painting to life, making feel it realistic without actually overworking it. If you like what you see, please subscribe, and please, I hope that you join me for my next video. As always, I thank you for. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, feel free to subscribe. And if you would like a piece for your home, you will find prints on my website. Click here for the next video.